Yo, what is up, guys? Coach Chad here, co-owner of the Next Level Coaching Academy. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. In this video, I made an Instagram post about this, but I thought I should probably make a video about this as well. I'm going to help you set your sales targets. Now, setting targets, knowing my numbers, probably has made me like 50% more money than anything else I've ever done, right? Because what setting targets does, one, obviously it gives you a goal, but it's not just setting a random target, right? All these targets have actual evidence behind them, actual data behind them. And anything that is data and scientifically proven or data driven is going to give you confidence, right? It's going to know, hey, if I hit this number, this is going to happen, right? And it gives you confidence in actually approaching that target, right? And what I'm saying here is if you just set a target, I'm going to book 100 calls this month, but you don't know what 100 calls looks like. You don't know what 100 calls is going to give you in terms of clients. You don't know how many of the 100 on average actually show up. If you don't know these things, it's going to be really, really hard for you to do things on a day-to-day that's going to get you to your end financial goal. All right. So setting targets is so important, but not just setting targets that actually have factual data to back the target. All right. So I'm gonna take you exactly through how I set up my targets, the exact equation, and everything. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Number one, you need your yearly desired revenue. Okay, so take your yearly desired revenue, whatever that number looks like, and you're going to divide it by your average price point. So what you're going to do there is, let's say that you have, 6 packages. You're going to add up the total of all 6 of those packages and divide them by 6. You're going to get your average price point. All right, so you're going to take your yearly desired revenue and divide it by that average price point. And that's going to give you how many clients you need to reach that goal. All right. So now you have your client goal for the year. Okay. Hey, if I want to make this year, and this is my average price point, I need X amount of clients. Okay. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to take that client number and you're going to divide it by your average closing percentage. So how many, let's say, for example, if you got on 10 calls on average, how many of those people are going to close, right? So let's say it's 50%. So you're going to take that number of total clients in a year and divide it by your average closing percentage. What that's going to give you is that's going to give you how many closing calls, like how many actually closing calls you're going to need in order to reach the client target, right? So if out of 100 calls you close 60%, right? Then, that's going to give you the number of how many calls you need in order to get to that client target, right? So next piece of data we got here is you're going to take your calls needed to reach your client goal, so the previous number that we just got, and you're going to divide that by the average percentage of applications that you need in order to convert to a closing call. So out of 10 applications, how many of those actually move forward on average to a closing call? So if you had, let's say on average for every 10 applications, 7 move over to a closing call, that means that it's 70%. So you're going to take the amount of calls needed to reach your client goal, and you're going to divide it by the percentage of how many applications convert to a closing call. Okay. What that's going to give you is how many applications you need in order to reach your closing call goal. Okay, see how this is playing out here, and see how this is all backed by data, on your own data and your own statistics in your business. So it's not just setting, random targets. It's actually setting a real target of, oh, cool. If I want to make this, then I need these numbers. All right. Now, once you have those 3 data points, divide each number by 4. That's going to give you your quarter targets. Divide each number by 12. That's going to give you your monthly targets. And divide each number by 52. And that's going to give you your weekly targets. Really simple. One more time, I'm going to run through it. Take your yearly desired income, divide it by your average price point. That's going to give you how many clients you need to reach your goal. Take your clients needed per year, divide that by your average closing percentage. That's going to tell you how many calls you need to get on in order to close that many clients. Okay. Take your calls needed to reach your client goal and divide it by the average percentage of applications that convert to a closing call. And that's going to give you how many applications you need in order to reach your closing call goal. Lastly, divide those numbers, right? Those yearly numbers by 4. You'll get quarterly targets. Divide those yearly numbers by 12. You'll get monthly targets, and divide those yearly numbers by 52, and you'll get weekly targets. Hope you guys find this valuable. Yes, I gave you the equation, but really what's most important is know your numbers so that you know exactly what's going on in your business and you know where the trends are and how to make decisions around those trends.